Alright, this is lockdown.
Who was that?
That's not Freeman, is it?
It worked! My plan worked! Finally! Sorry, I don't mean to frighten you. I've been trying to reach you for hours. The Resistance could really use some of your unique abilities right about now, so we're trying to make sure you're not, like, you know, dead or anything. Actually, speaking of, how are you? Are you feeling good? Are you okay? Aside from, you know, the whole bodily dismemberment thing? Sorry about that. Okay, listen, I'm gonna try and help you break out of this place. I just don't exactly know how to do that. I tried to configure their teleporter to connect with ours remotely. Instead, all I did was infest the place, as you can already probably tell. Yeah, sorry about that. But on the bright side, most of the Combine are dead now, and you should still hopefully be able to fight your way to the top and get out of this hellhole. And hey, I can help you along the way. Alright, I'm gonna send some supplies your way. There we go. See if you can get this gate open. I'm gonna start looking through the blueprints of this place and see if there's an exit.
There we go, that was quite an introduction. It's probably the longest introduction we've had so far. And we've got this funny film effect on. Not sure how annoying that's going to get. But yeah, so the plot, the premise has kind of been laid out fairly clearly in that there's a lot of ambiguity in there. I guess it's kind of supposed to be a bit more mysterious, or maybe I just missed some stuff. But I do like the way, this prison has been designed, or was it an asylum?
Oh, wow.
Wherever it is.
According to these schematics, there should be an elevator not too far east of your cell block. It should take you right back up to the surface. This is perfect.
Ah yeah, this is where the thing was, the opening montage. So it's probably the asylum that we saw. And we can see where we opened, and I think that's what he said on the radio. So we're clearly heading for the elevator which he mentioned. But let me guess, we push that, yeah, and something goes horribly wrong.
See if you can manually override this door. There must be a ladder in the shaft somewhere.
And the good thing is, the elevator's like straight ahead, you cannot miss it. It's, got the bright green exit sign, it's got the ladder which he mentions. There's very little that you can get confused with. Well, normal people can get confused with. The horror. Oh. Oh yeah, these guys aren't that scary. Just having a shower. Yeah, so I don't think there's anything in this room. It feels like there should be nothing in this room, and it's just a side room, which is good. This feels like we should be going in there because it's straight ahead, it's not off the beaten track, and we won't be allowed in here because of the red light. Hopefully there's nothing in here. Just a decal or whatever that's been drawn. Probably an MS Paint. No, it's very good. It's very good.
That's what they did to you.
Alright, so that's what we look
On the
like.
bright side, you didn't get turned into one of those, other things.
Of course that's what we look like, because that's what we're in the other cell blocks.
Oh, hey, that's one of the 0-point energy field manipulators. You should probably put that to good use.
Right, so not forgetting our main objective, which I think is open the elevator shaft doors, which I'm presuming will be around here. Wait, that was the armory. I missed that. Or maybe this is the armory. I can't tell. Good use of, or good way of teaching the players how to use the gravity gun. Now, most people playing will have already played, or almost certainly will have played Half-Life 2, but it's always good to kind of reteach the mechanics and reiterate their use. And
Fantastic.
it even says
Officially cracked out.
elevator
Well,
doors.
I guess you're on your own.
So again, very clearly it's even got wires running to it, so it's not just, it doesn't just say it's the elevator door manual override, it also has the same style of wire running to it. It makes sense to be there, that's what you're trying to achieve. Here we are. I don't think the elevator can crash twice. So obviously we're now going to have to do a run and jump, which was, you know, done in Half-Life, into the elevator shaft and
The ladder doesn't
like
go all the way up.
office complex.
I guess just get into the next level. These areas of the facility are completely abandoned, so it shouldn't be too hard to worm your way through them.
Alright, there we go.
Oh, careful. I think that water is electrified. We're probably going to want to find a circuit breaker or something. Is that what they're called? Circuit breaker? Something, you know, turn the power off.
So he's told us we need to. He told us what to do basically, but not just has, you know, has that been the cue, but you could almost complete or kind of know what to do, if he didn't. So you can see the electrified water, you can see the water, you can also see the exit. Again, it's right in front of you, signalled by first a green light to kind of draw your attention to this area, and then a kind of a reddish light where the other exit sign is up there, and you can see it's boarded up. You can see you can break them, but it's clear that that is the way that you need to go. I don't think this is anything except a funny kind of boardroom scene where obviously a meeting was taking place when the zombies invaded. Alright, high voltage. Looks like this is where the circuit breaker is going to be. I'm just going to break these boxes. You never know, there might be something hidden behind them. There's gas canisters there, which might be used. The way to go is right, well, in front of us, so obviously the room has been kind of made a bit more untidy to make it more interesting, because if these pillars weren't here it would be very flat and boring. But even, you know, if you look at the room, it's not that detailed. You know, it's like, it doesn't need to be, it just needs enough details that to make it interesting. And obviously it was only zombie combat, or zombat as someone once said. I think we did it, because I did hear the noise. Oh, here we go. So this is us backtracking. Maybe it's not the main backtracking part, or maybe there's so many backtracking parts. But now we know we've turned off the power, we can now go in here. Obviously we can't go there because it's been blocked up. And it's better to tell the player that as quickly as possible. One thing I have noticed recently is sometimes people will have a situation like this and they'll have nothing at the bottom of the stairs, yet they'll still model the bottom of the stairs, so when the player gets there they find completely nothing, and it's been quite a long distance. So it's good to, if there's absolutely nothing to find, to, you know, ensure the player knows that. That's weird. There we go.
What the hell was that thing? We didn't see any of those back in City 17.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. I think it's using Black Mesa assets, as I saw some back in the other room. Oh. It's using the exit signs to guide us all the way through this, basically. There's never any doubt where you have to go. But, so I'm just going to talk a bit about the environment, because the environment is very plain and very simple. It's not like overly detailed, but that's because it does such a good job at getting the fundamental design aspects right. So obviously there's like things like these pillars, the geometry is not just fully blocky. It always does enough, this map, to get away with looking bare. And that's what you want to be doing in a kind of map labs competition. Is you don't want to be going full scale, full detail and sacrifice on your, you know, gameplay. You want to be making it good enough. I'm guessing these windows are here to kind of give you a view, or a very, very slight view into the area, because we did see it back here, kind of. We kind of know that that's where we're going to be, I presume. Again, I couldn't be certain. Oh wait, here we are. So what was this way? Oh. Is this another way we can... What is that? Okay, I don't think we can go that way. Or can we get down that way? Possibly. So if we go up here, we'll be able to... Oh, we can't.
give you an opportunity to get out.
Looks like you should be able to climb up that, but you can't, which is slightly annoying. Right, let's just have a look. So we have our Gargantua.
See if you can turn on the power to electrify it.
I didn't hear what he said, I just heard something about electrifying something. But we can still see him. Oh yeah, there it is. Big yellow sign. Oh, Hunter, that's fun. And this thing's dropping head crabs out the sky. Obviously.
Oh wow, you actually survived. Alright, go hop in that car and get on the road, because we don't have a lot of time left.
Alright, so there we go. That was Lockdown, the 10th entry of Back on Track. Overall, the design of that map was very, very good. The way that it's been set up so that the player always knew what they were doing, then there was no doubt, there was no confusion. The exit to each area was almost always directly ahead of the player, or signposted enough that the player could clearly tell. So often it was exit signs that were brightly lit directly ahead, and obviously there was also the guy talking, telling you what to do. But as I said earlier, if he wasn't there telling you what to do, you would always know what to do anyway, because it was so well designed. I think the ending was very quick. It seemed underwhelming to me, but then that may have been my experience with it. I'm not sure, maybe... Well, to be honest, I think trying to work with that Gargantua in any form would probably be difficult, but having more interaction with it and more of it in the map would have been far more beneficial. In terms of the storyline stuff, I didn't quite understand it where it was going, but I understood that it probably acted as a good premise, and it was, really interesting to watch the montage at the start. So overall, I'm probably going to give that map a 7 out of 8 because of how well it was designed, because of the way that the environments were, in terms of they weren't overly detailed, but it did so well at making them feel like actual areas. So yeah, I really enjoyed that map.